Welcome to Flaktest Gaming Season 1 Tournament League of Legends. We have a best of 3 series today, Shenton versus Fairvale, and it's going to be a really extremely good best out of 3 series. Joined with me today is Nathan and Alex. They'll be doing your commentary, and I'm going to pass you on to them, and it's going to be a great series. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome back to the semi-finals between Fairvalians and Shenton College. This game is going to decide who is going to the grand finals, so we're in for a big one. We got Fairvales on the blue side, and we got Shenton on the right, and I must say I'm pretty keen for this game. What about you?
I'm pretty keen too. These are both the top teams in the league, to me anyway. I mean, when they had PVA on Shenton, pretty of a monster, but he's not playing here today. So we'll have to see how they go as Clay's just walking up on the Jax. You see a little scrap here. Jax has got his Z up.
Well, he gets stunned. He's going to get into the mini Kled. And is forced to burn that flash, so that's a big cooldown already
Flash used by Elise.
And he's still in a dangerous spot here, so this first blood, he's going to go to this Elise, and that's a nice little pickup there for Fairvalians, and one that Shenton really didn't want to give.
She's going to be taking the red too, which is pretty good early. She can go over to... Gregor should know, like, he should see where the Kled died and understand that the red's gone.
Yeah, and
there's no way.
This Kled's also going to be just constantly camped up now. He's got no flash, so he's got to be very careful. And just to go back to the fact that PVA is not playing, one of their star players is not going to be playing, so there's a very big weakness in that bot lane. So it'll be interesting to see how well the Fairvalian bot lane will do against this weaker Shenton bot lane.
Yeah. So now that Elise is first blooded, she's going to have a lot of gold early, which you should see kind of snowball. Well, you hopefully see she's going to snowball as she's got a load of gold. She wants to be around top, like you said. And Gragas is going to be stealing red, like we did say, as a little scrap goes down mid.
And yeah, this Elise should be able to snowball, like you were saying. Like she's going to have so much early damage. She's going to put so much pressure on these lanes, and especially this Kled, if she is going to play it properly. She has so much pressure on the map. Like, well, she has the opportunity to put so much pressure on the map, I should say. And
let's hope she does that.
Yeah, it'll be a wasted opportunity if she doesn't.
So the bot lane matchup, let's talk about that. I mean, we've got the 2 top ADs pretty much in the game right now, Tristana and
some
Twitch.
Of the best supports.
Yeah, basically the 2 best supports, I'd say. I'd prefer the Lulu. If I'm Twitch, I prefer Lulu because
the speed up is nice.
Yeah, everything is nice about that. But I mean, they're both hyper carry ADs and they both have hyper carry support.
Here's the Elise Cocoon bot though. Does land onto the Lulu. Lulu forced to use the flash. The repel comes down onto Lulu. Lulu is very low now, but is going to get out with the heal, but is still going to go down to the Twitch, auto attack, and the poison. Very nice pickup for the Fairvalian bot lane.
Great gank there from Elise. She's capitalizing on that, and there was no wards. You want to ward pretty early after you see your enemy jungler get first blood, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you shouldn't push up that far without vision. You should always know where the jungler is if you're going to push up past that halfway point, unless you're confident that you can 3v2 that.
Yeah, TP used there by Jax to get to top, so that's going to be down for him. Kledo also used TP, I think, to get back to lane level 1.
It's just interesting to see which support is going to get the Ardent Sensor first. We all know that's like one of the strongest items for these mage supports right now. And it just offers so much towards their carry that it's pretty insane.
I'm wondering what's going to happen in this mid lane, as they've got Syndra, who is probably one of the best. Always a little scrap going down top. Kled gets popped out of, what's it called? Skull? Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, Syndra is pretty heavy carry mid lane, but he's just getting poked out here by Vlad, and Vlad also has the pool to dodge Syndra, if it does work like that, right?
Yeah.
Should do, anyway. So yeah, that's going to be a tough mid lane for Syndra. So we should be seeing Vlad capitalize on that, and hopefully a couple of Elise ganks.
Vlad does counter the Syndra pretty hard because of that pool. But Elise is coming around for a second gank, but I think she does get spotted by that ward in the river, and Shenton do back nice and safely.
Good wave control there from bot lane too.
So already we can see this Elise just putting those kills to use, putting some pressure on around the map, making sure Shenton know that they're still around, she's still around and is a threat. So with this sort of pressure now, Fairvale should be able to just be getting these wards around these dragons, setting up for maybe the Herald later on. It's a bit too early to be starting thinking about that, but it wouldn't be too bad to start getting control around that area.
Yeah.
And to end up getting like the Herald.
I would kind of like to see maybe a Gragas invade. You know, he lost his red early. I mean, he got the red back, so he's not exactly behind. And Gragas does a lot of damage these days. He'll probably go tank, but if he does build a bit of AP, he'll be really strong because we see him hit him topside. Don't think he's gonna get a gank off though unless he goes lane. But no, it just looks like he's gonna back. Both
these teams that don't do too bad in team fights. Maybe it's a bit more favoured towards the Shenton side because Fairvales are a bit more pick-oriented, a bit more skirmish-oriented with that Jax.
Comes Syndra, flash used, nice stun onto Triss. Should be going maybe
TP
down here with
down.
the ult. Ignite used too.
TP coming down. Kled does cancel it in the end. Not keen to go into that 1v3.
Tristana barely living from that engage there. Syndra did blow everything with a flash and her ignite. I think Tristana may have not popped heal. No, she didn't pop heal. Wow, I'm surprised she survived that.
I think it's still off cooldown.
Yeah, it was still off cooldown from the earlier fight. Wow, I'm surprised she lived that one. But they're staying around too.
Yeah, Fairvalians putting so much pressure on this bot lane, knowing that it's a bit weaker, and you can just see they get constantly poked out. They can't stay around too long because the Janna just shields the Twitch, and Twitch just walks forward with X-Ray D. And now Vladimir's in trouble with the Cocoon landing on. He does have pull to get away, but he's very low. Forced to use Flash Repel, is getting onto the under turret, and the Q is going to finish him off, and at least might force
She might die
ult.
there. She's getting hit by minions. Doesn't look like it though. Unlucky there for Vlad.
Side. Kled is just trading with this Jax, and is going to lose that trade pretty heavily. Doesn't quite lose his mounted form, but is ready to go back in.
Ooh, ult pop there from Jax. That's the little spinning thing you see on him. Ooh, Kled going back in. Does need to be careful. Oh, his W's up now though.
Yeah, and he does get that.
Boom. Should be a kill.
Kled,
Oh,
nice
he missed
quick.
his Q.
Flash is used. The ult does manage to connect. The dodge is
Nice
enough
stun.
to sort of stun him up. And
Still goes
Kled is
in.
now under turret, and he might fall here to the turret. Just
Last
about
minion
minions.
hit.
There it
Gets him.
is.
Oh.
So already, Fairvalian off to a very solid start.
Yeah, this is a nice showing. We saw it last week, and though they took it 2-1, right? It wasn't a sweep.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
2-1.
We saw it when they did win. They won a lot. Like it was quite the
solid-
stomp. Yeah. It was a solid win. And they did have Twitch and Syndra in both of those games, so they've got both of them here in this one. So let's see what they can do with their favored picks. And here comes Gragas.
Gragas mid,
Nice
the E flash into the Syndra, knocking him backwards into the middle of the lane. Syndra's now on the run. Good E to keep them away. Here comes the Elise off to the side. Cocoon onto the Vlad is probably just going to disengage, and both teams are out. But Jax was there to help if needed.
Kind of a wasted flash there from Gragas, I feel. I mean, he was already
He definitely was
mid-E.
going to connect.
It was going to connect. I mean, you got to just trust that stupid hitbox anyway, because it hits whenever you want it to.
There's a pretty big hitbox, but the stun is going to lock up onto the Vlad. Decent poke, gets the Thunderlord out. And you can see the vision control by Fairvale on that bot side of the map. 4 pink boards now with the one in the river. They really want control over this
they want this
dragon.
Twitch to go off. Understandable. He is quite a monster when he gets fed. So let's see if they can get him there.
Yeah, and if Twitch gets ahead, even with Shenton's slight team fight advantage with their champions, Twitch is just going to melt through everyone
Yeah,
to the point where it
absolutely.
doesn't even matter.
Nobody's going to be able to stop. They don't have as much of an engage as you would want to try and stop a Twitch. I mean, they do have the Kled and the Gragas, but the Gragas engage is kind of skill shot related with the ult to get him towards your team. Kled, he does have his ult, but it hits the first person anyway, so it's going to be hard for them to get onto Twitch.
And especially with the Janna, able to just keep whoever just comes
Pop a roll,
away.
pop
Yeah.
a tornado, just shield him up. It is going to be very difficult for them to get onto this Twitch. But the same can be said for Tristana. I mean, they've got the Jax engage in the Elise, but they do have Lulu to kind of cover the Tristana's tracks a little bit, and you can disengage quite well with Gragas ult. And Kled ult is quite a closer as well. Big damage here in the mid lane. Syndra's showing up now. Got a couple items.
Elise is putting so much pressure on this bot lane. She just seems to always be there, but you can see Gragas now like recognizing that is putting
He's
more
going to be
pressure
in the top side.
and now Jax is in trouble.
Double
He still doesn't
stun.
have flash. Is able to jump under turret.
Need to be careful on this dive, though.
Is going to be unmounted, and his target is switched to
Yep.
Gragas. Gragas taking a ton of damage from that Jax. Jax is now on the run into the bush. Kled does manage to pick
does
up the
pick it
kill,
up.
but Jax being able to pick up that kill in that 2v1.
Nice 1-for-1. The tanking there was a bit. The tanking got swat because Kled went immune. So when Kled pops off his mount, he goes immune. So the tower did switch to Gragas, which just melted him. He hasn't got much health right now. So yeah, that was a nice little turn there for Jax getting a 1-for-1. Very well played by him.
If there's one thing Shenton need to be doing right now, they need to start getting some vision. They need to be able to see where this Elise is. They need to start setting up these plays. They need to get onto this Twitch. They need to get on top of this Syndra.
Gragas doesn't seem to have done much so far. I mean, he did just complete that gank top, but it did cost his life. So you want to see him get around the bot lane probably to get this Tristana rolling. And Tristana's hard to stop. She just crits you down. So let's see what he does.
And it is an Earth Drake being the first dragon there. So it's not sort of the highly contested one you'd see, whether it was like a Water Drake or a Fire Drake.
Yeah, this is a drag you can give up. And you hope to see if the fight does happen. Fairvalians are ahead right now, so maybe go for a steal, but don't commit too much for the fight.
They need to get 4 members bot. They can get 4 members bot. One of at least Janna or Twitch will die, and then you'll be able to move to that dragon, get that sort of objective, and then you sort of start this Tristana going. And if you do that multiple times, you do it top even, you get the 3v1 on the Jax. You start putting your side lanes ahead, and that's really what you're going to need against this Twitch, who's slowly just pulling away from this Twitch Tristana.
You want to put a lot of pressure onto Twitch early. He's not exactly the strong. He does have quite a strong early because of his expunge, but he's not the strongest. He is easily beaten by like high damage carries such as a Tristana. So you want to be getting down there, getting ganks off. So let's just see what they do. The massive invade now in the bot lane.
Yeah, you can see them abusing the back timers by Shenton, being able to get in there, get some wards deep into the Shenton jungle and steal away that blue.
Be careful here though, the Syndra's in an odd spot. You want to get on that bomb plant and get over the wall.
Syndra is sandwiched, but here comes Gragas over the wall. Tristana is jumping onto this Elise. Elise is very low. Syndra managed to get an ult off, killing the Vladimir. Tristana's on the side. Is going to probably kill this Syndra if she's not careful, but Tristana, taking a lot of damage, is able to get away from the Twitch. Twitch does use the expunge to kill him, and now Janna and Twitch are on the run. Gragas and Lulu is chasing them down. The slow connects onto the Janna. Janna is very low right now. Is going to get stunned up by the body slam. And flash used by the Gragas there. Probably not the wisest choice.
Bit of a waste of flash there from Gragas.
And this fight's all over the map here as Jax is jumping down the stock. The Skull coming in at the nick of time. They probably will just trade. Or not even that. He just gave up. He just accepted death at that point.
Very well played there from Jax. That fight seemed like a little bit of a miscommunication on the Fairvalian side, you know. Elise and Janna, I think it was, kind of got trapped in the middle of it. I thought it was going to be Syndra the one to be trapped, but she just kind of walked out and met up with Twitch, and they killed the Vlad. Yeah,
their positioning wasn't very good for the start of that fight.
Not really.
They didn't really respect the lack of vision or where the Shenton team was.
Yeah. Here's the Herald now. Shenton do know it's happening, as we saw a couple of pings go down. So, but there's not going to be no contest. This is a free Herald here. Probably going to be used. I'd probably say mid lane. Mid lane tower is the one you want to have down first and the most. It just opens up a lot of control around the map. But it can be used top as well, as we see Elise picks it up.
Yeah, so with this Herald now, they're going to want to start pressuring like a team fight to get multiple kills, to be able to place that Herald, get 2 turrets. They can push 2 turrets to an inner turret or start pressuring an inhibitor turret, which is the ideal situation with this Herald. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, and they've sent Jax bot now. The Fairvalians have. They've sent Jax to the bot lane, and Twitch and Janna are going to be heading top. Just to try and push those towers down a little early, as we see mid lane ganks coming in here. Trist W is used, and she's dead.
Syndra is going to force that Vlad, and that does open up that mid lane turret, and it's going to take a lot of damage. Elise is the only person there to
Kled
defend
and
against
Gragas cutting off the Janna and Twitch there, and now TPing bot to deal with this Jax. As we see, the fight's going to go down.
It does have to be careful. This
getting chunked so hard. He is fighting a Jax. He does need to remember that as we see a fight going
Meanwhile,
down
mid, the ult used onto this Janna. Janna's very low, does going to get stunned, and Tristana able to get in there, but doesn't manage to get the kill on the Janna. Does get the kill onto the Twitch though, and now able to continue this mid push.
And the game is quickly turned around here by Shenton. Really showing their great mind, you know, they work well as a team, as you just saw. Great collapse there onto the mid lane turret, taking that. And then the Gragas and the Kled cutting off the Janna and Twitch's entrance towards the mid tower to defend it. Easy couple kills there, and this is going to give him a drag too.
And they were okay behind, but now they're okay ahead. So with this dragon, it's going to just going to slowly catapult.
At least look for a steal, maybe. No, just going for a kill.
But able to keep them
Kled
off.
immune, not going to happen. Jax is flanking though.
They spot the Tristana.
Ooh, does get the
Tristana
stun.
does get the stun. Cocoon onto the Gragas. Gragas needs to be able to get out. It does use this body slam, but he's going to slowed. I don't think anyone's going to follow it.
Syndra's still
Syndra
chasing. Does
Gets
have balls
all
coming.
used. I don't think they're a bit too tanky for that.
Needs to be careful
Brad
here.
is now going in. Does have to be careful too. They're going too far either side, and is now probably going to pay for it. He does
Flash used.
force this flash.
Got an exhaust out of it though, so.
Yeah, both mid laners seem to overextend there, getting a bit too much for what they can do. But this
just opens up mid, I guess,
and
for
there's Herald used here too.
good little chase there. I guess it stopped the time. Had Twitch had chance to push that mid lane in, and here comes Herald, beating on turrets.
Doing his thing.
Yeah, here he comes, charging out of the way, literally, boom. First one not as strong as the second one, not as strong as the first one, but
Depends on his health.
yeah, still chunked him out pretty heavy.
Now Twitch is in a dangerous spot. They do know he's lagging
Goes
a bit
invisible
behind.
just in time. If Gragas had known he'd hit that, that would have been definitely a dead Twitch.
I know they said.
No, he was just out of range.
You know, but when you hit stealth champions, it
Oh,
shimmers.
really?
Yeah.
Does it show him now?
Yeah, like it just shimmers like their shadows.
Oh, okay.
Same works with like Akali and Vayne, all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like proper stealth.
I thought he missed an IID up then, because he had him pinned against that wall. As you see, they're trying to take control of this top side jungle now to try and push down the top tower.
But they are splitting this. So
Yeah, and
bot tower-
Vlad's in the bot lane.
And I don't think Jax can deal with this Vlad. Vlad's a bit
Yeah,
too
it's going to be a struggle for him.
slippery for him.
Should probably just give this. Nobody's really around. The lane's already at the turret, and Twitch needs to be very careful here. Oh, he's just walking up.
Yeah, Twitch shouldn't have been
Flat,
walking up that
used
far
again.
with the lack of vision, and he's just
Yeah.
going to pay for it. But here comes the rest of the
Oh,
Fairvale
what?
team. They shouldn't
Needs
be
to be
fighting this,
very
but that's
careful,
a very good stun into the stun from the Jax. And I say they shouldn't be fighting it, but they should be fighting.
Beautiful
doing
stun.
so
from
much
Syndra,
damage there.
Syndra right there. And TP used from the Jax. Great TP. Got him in that fight.
Perfect timing too. Was able to chain that like as soon as the stun wore out, but they still won this fight. Doesn't manage to get the stun onto Kled, but Kled is now going to trade back. Stun is doing the same. Kled's very low. Vladimir's going in. He wants it all. Jack's very low. Syndra very low. This Janna able to keep him alive with the heal. Elise, again, very low. Janna's next on the list. Unable to pick up any kills there. That must be
stun
very
there from
upsetting for
Syndra.
Shenton there.
Yeah, that was an upsetting little fight there. Tristana just not enough damage to pick up those last couple kills, hoping for a crit maybe on everyone at that point. She got like one hit on basically everyone who was like under 200 HP.
This
Kind of a
Tristana
shame.
should be pretty close to finishing her Infinity Edge soon.
Almost finished her call as well, 5 CS off.
Twitch didn't opt to go for the Infinity Edge first item. He's instead gone for the
Blade, yeah, I believe Blade is the better choice.
He's probably going to go into that Hurricane now.
He's
gonna-
not insanely far ahead as Vlad in a bit
That's
of
a bit of
an interesting spot
overextended,
here.
but Tristana's there to back him up. Whether he gets out or not is yet to be
Don't think he's
seen.
going to.
Jax is just going to jump on him and just kill
Jax
him
is just
instantly.
destroying
And
people
Jax
right now.
Is
No Q, though.
terrifying. Maybe a bit overextended. Does get the body slam into the barrel
Disengage.
to disengage, and then Elise and the rest of the team are here to ensure no one else dies.
They've got the Kled top now, does Shenton, but he's got his TP, so we should be seeing that coming out pretty soon.
But Fairvale want this bot.
They
bot
do
lane.
indeed. They're pushing so heavily into the bot side jungle here of Shenton's side. Taking another blue. It's the second blue they've stolen this game.
And now looking for this bot lane in a turret. They don't really, blue side don't really have, Fairvale side don't really have the sort of vision that they should have, but they should know that they're just going to be coming straight from the base.
Yeah.
Back.
We should. I thought maybe Kled would come down for a TP, but I guess they're just afraid of the team fight, as they should be at this point.
Yeah, they
He
have
should
the
be
wards
backing
for
now.
it. they can TP to the. They have a pink ward in Dragon. They can TP to that and
he's
ult
got a good
behind
flank
them.
position.
And that ult would be huge. And then you
He's just now backing. As they're just beating down on the inhib turret.
I really think they're missing an opportunity here. With not
Definitely. Kind of
He's
throwing
just
their
gonna
lead
lose.
here.
Tristana's
Jax
now
is
chunked out of
jumping
this
in.
fight, but Jax doesn't really care. He's just going to get healed up by Janna, and Janna's doing a lot of
Twitch
work
is
for that
spraying,
heal.
praying.
Twitch is just going to town on these with these auto attacks, and Inhibitor's just going to fall.
Definitely a misplayed, entire like 3 minutes there from Shenton.
They have a very
Keeping the
slow to
Kled
do
top,
anything about
no
it.
TP used. He even just stood there and backed. I mean, you want to TP maybe in at that point. Your team's just getting beaten on.
Yeah, if you could have started a fight there, that you probably would win under your turret. You TP to that Dragon Pit ward, and you just ult in. You get 2-3 members, like you force their backline forward towards your team.
You know, the Kled's he's not weak either. He's got his Titanic. The Tristana's not entirely weak.
But meanwhile, we say this, they're just killing the Janna in mid. Syndra is also a bit caught out here. Is going to die to the Kled. Twitch is now on the run. Got nowhere to protect.
Slow's coming out. From,
Jax is off to the side. Is going to get the multiple stun, but nothing's going to come to it. Does keep Twitch alive though. But
Vlad has got his Rylai's now though, so there is that constant slow, and there's
He's
another
gonna
kill
fall
picked
for
up
it.
from the Kled. See, why was that not done in the last fight?
And they're now pinging Baron possibly.
I feel like Kled didn't understand he was, well, I won't say strong, but he was able to initiate a team fight, get off damage, and get out, which he just did right there. So I don't know why that couldn't have been done in the bot lane before they lost an inhibitor, but fair play to them. They brought it back again right there, and then now they're going to be picking up a second Drake for them, and it's an Infernal, so...
Yeah, only increasing that snowball a bit further.
Yeah, this is a back and forth game here, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the series at this point. If it's going to be like this, for the 3 of them, or 2 of them, considering how second game goes.
Shenton still are a bit behind with this inhib being down.
Yeah.
They do have to be careful of them using the pressure. You can already see pings go down on this top turret to start sort of pressuring the rest of the map.
Fairvalians will be looking for a Baron here now, because bot inhib, it's a big one to have down when Baron's up, because you've got to keep a player down there, and it's such a long walk for somebody who doesn't have TP.
They have started. Tristana's in no position to start the contest.
This should be a free Baron here, unless it's stolen by the Gragas. Let's hope he goes for it.
He's in.
Oh, he's done it. Great
able to steal that Baron for
and
their
he's
team,
out.
And no one died. This is huge here for Shenton.
Kled needs to be careful, though. They're all coming up for that tower. They should try to defend it. No, maybe not. Just give that tower. There's no need to die for an outer tower.
You got that Baron.
You got the
too,
Baron, yeah.
Just accept the win.
Yep.
You can defend this inner tower.
Great steal there from Gragas. Very well played there. And Shenton still in it. Still in it.
Managed to just hold on thanks to that Baron steal.
They do need to be careful now, though. This is quite the turning point in the game, about the 20-minute mark. This can dictate a lot of things, really. As we see, Twitch has picked up his Roans now. Should be going for his Infinity Edge next, which is going to be quite terrifying. And Tristana's just finished her Static Shift. Kind of like the core build for those 2 champions. You know, Twitch gets his Roans, Blade, he's good to go. Tristana gets IE Static Shift, she's good to go. So let's see how these 2 pull it out here.
Shenton are on a little bit of a timer though. They can't wait for this Jax to get up. No matter how much damage Tristana do, he's just going to soak it all with the Z, and he's just going to kill everyone.
Yeah, this Jax he's already looking scary now, as we saw him just beating on people in that bot lane a couple minutes ago. And it only gets worse late game.
And with a Janna and a Twitch Syndra to support it'd be terrifying.
At this point, it's they kill 1, they've still got 2 to deal with, so it's going to be hard for them to come back from this one.
The Ardent Sensor is already picked up for both supports. I can't recall whether they're first items or not, but it is going to be offering a lot of health back for their carries.
I think Lulu bought it first, and Janna bought it second after her, what is that item called? I can't remember. Yeah, no. This one.
Talisman.
Yeah, Talisman.
But they do get the 3-man knock-up. Shenton going to be very slow on this gauge, but the charge able to help him up. Redemption is being used.
Ooh,
At
just
least
caught
manages
that body
to get hit by that body slam. Meanwhile, Lulu's just going to fall to that Syndra on the top side. Jax is now on the run. just Tribe Bush is very difficult to get into, apparently.
Getting chain stun there. Syndra's been really on point with her stuns this game. He saw a 2-stun at the start of the fight and then another 2-stun there to disengage that.
They are starting to pressure the
And
center
another
turret
2-stun.
again. And another double stun into the double knockup.
Ooh, need to be careful here, though.
At least is going to just fall to the Tristana. They didn't quite see
Here
it
comes
come off
Triss.
the back.
Twitch isn't
Tristana
there.
is now just going to run over this fight. Syndra's dead. Jax is probably going to be next. Predicted the way that Jax is going to jump. Is forced to use his flash, but Tristana's still on him. And he's going to get that triple kill. Now,
Very well played by
more
Tristana.
importantly, what are they going to get after this? They just got 3 kills. They need to be doing something with it.
They need to be on something here, but it doesn't look like they could be running it down mid, but
They have Baron
it's
too.
a lot to push, and Gragas is just taking his Raptors.
They need to be doing something. They got 4 kills and
Yeah,
pretty much done nothing with
you'd
it.
have thought Gragas would have ran mid, same with the Tristana, because you only got Twitch alive, and he's not going to do much on his own under a tower to defend it, so bit of a miss opportunity there from Shenton, but we'll see what they do now.
They've been missing opportunities all over the place.
Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe a little bit lost without their team
main shot
captain.
caller,
Yeah, their main shot caller, PVA, who's not playing in this current game.
Because we know them to be often a very aggressive team, constantly making plays and setting them up. But this game, that not having that clear TP down, flank behind, not taking the opportunity to go push down turrets with that Baron, and you after winning that team fight, are really big mistakes.
Collapsing. Oh, Syndra walking into the bush of death at that point.
Tristana's very scary
used.
right now, though.
Yeah, this Tristana's going off now. She's got a rapid fire cannon now.
And this should be this mid turret going down. Jax has to start pressuring this inhib or back now,
Yeah,
which
Jack's
he's going
backing
to.
now. Quicker than the Kled we saw last time, so that's pretty good. As Trish is beating on turrets. Such a fast pusher with Ori on the tower. Let's see if they go for a fight under this tower here. Do need to be careful though. I mean, you still got the strong Jax, the strong Twitch.
Gragas does his ult, so they have
Ooh,
to
they're
be careful
going
of
in.
this. Definitely
Flash
nice
use,
E
nice
flash
flash.
onto the carry. Twitch is forced to flash
Tristana's
away.
walking up.
Jax is just coming away on doing what he can, but they're all getting away and just disengaging from him. Vlad is on keeping Twitch and Janna busy, and now the rest of the team's following up. And
Syndra just
support
showed
him.
up, but it's a little bit too late.
And this should be an inhib here, maybe.
Very well played there from the Shenton team. Jax jumped in, but everybody...
And Tristana's very low now. Might be able to lifesteal that up. Is ignited, but she should just live thanks to the shield.
The
This is
Lulu
gonna be
shield
inhibitor.
saving lives.
Are they going to go for game here?
It is possible. Elise is up in 10, and I don't think Elise is stopping this at all. It's just Janna right now. They do have the fast pusher on Triss. This should be game, actually.
Elise is coming up now. Triss
Twitch is up at
5.
5.
They
Uh-oh.
should be able to just finish
Yeah, this is
here.
game.
Shenton are just going to be taking
Game
it
1,
to game 2.
out of nowhere, it seems like.
Yeah, and they managed to pull that back. That
Couple misplays, but well done.
Game 1 goes to Shenton, 13-20. Nathan, how did they win this?
It was a bit of a the Gragas stealing that Baron really was sort of the turning point of that game. They really struggled up until that point. Like it very much was Fairvale, and then they sort of threw at that point, and that really sort of started their snowball. And I'm sure we're going to be elaborating a bit later on that, but just that Gragas steal really was a turning point for that.
Yeah, the Baron steal really changed the dynamic of the game. It gave Shenton a lot to defend with, to defend the Fairvale push. And yeah, it was pretty good from them.
It was towards that late game, around that 23-minute mark, that we saw the Baron still go down. It really just changed the game, and Shenton pulled it back, and that's where we saw them really, really take the lead from this Fairvale team.
Yeah, I mean, Shenton up until that point, they hadn't done much. You know, they had that Kled who was running TP, missed a few TPs that we commentated on. But it really all started for Fairvale in that early game. They had a invade in game 1 of the three-game series. Invades are always rough in general, but yeah, they tried to invade, gave away a kill to Syndra. Syndra I think got 2 kills, which just ended up snowballing completely. And then Twitch in that bot lane, they just took control of this game. At least perfect ganks, very well played from the Fairvalian team.
But a lot of mistakes also made from him. But you know, that's just the way League of Legends rolls. You know, 1 minute you could be snowballing and it's absolutely demolishing. Next minute changes around with that Baron still. And it's good to watch. It's a good game to watch.
Yeah, and it was really after that Baron steal, Tristana just came into her own. Like Jax was doing well, but it wasn't enough to sort of get on top of this Tristana with all the disengage from the Lulu as well as the Gragas. Just Tristana was able to just kill people, jump forward, and just it kept on like that, a few fights, and eventually they just won the game off them.
And yeah, hopefully we can see Fairval maybe perhaps come back in game 2 while you guys are commentating it, and I'll pass you over there.
Play at your peak with PLE Computers. Get the Flaktest Rocket pre-built gaming PC exclusive to PLE right now at ple.com.au. It's got an Intel Core i5 7400 Kaby Lake 3GB processor, the MSI B250i Gaming Pro AC Micro ATX motherboard, as well as 8GB of DDR4 2400MHz RAM. Of course, they've thrown in a 480GB SSD, the GeForce GTX 1060 graphics card, and not to mention it looks amazing with more LEDs and RGB lights than you can throw a stick at. Get it now, the Flaktest Rocket pre-built gaming PC exclusive to PLE, ple.com.au.